hit. Yeah. How's it going, guys? Oh, hey, cutie. Hey, Holly. Hey, Halo. What's happening? So, yeah, this is Anita. Anita hit. Oh, how do you like my new hairdo? I accidentally donated my other wig to the thrift store. Kind of screwed up on that one. So now I gotta wear this one, but it looks better actually. Like, actually, thanks to my sugar daddy for getting my hair did, or whatever. Is it good? You guys like this one? I think, I'm not kidding. I think I accidentally donated my wig to the, not the dollar store, to the thrift store. I was trying to declutter. Every time I do that, something goes horribly wrong. That's why I got so much stuff in my house. Because if I give it away, I'll probably screw it up and regret it. You know what I mean? But anyway, so what's going on here? I can't see the chat. Oh, there it is. Oh hey, Winthrop Chesterfield in the house. What's up? Oh hey Sandra, how's it hanging down in Verdun or whatever, Verdump, as we used to call it back in the day, if you know what I mean. I got pretty wasted in Verdun more than a few times. But anyway, hey love, hey Harry. Yeah, I miss you guys too. Or whatever. Yeah, sort of. Um, so yeah, I came on here to tell you that I sued my fucking landlord and I won. So there. Yeah, and I'll do it again if I have to. So what happened was back in 2019, he sent me a notice of like renewing my lease and he asked me for a ridiculous rent increase, which of course I refused, but I think I tried to negotiate. I said, well, I'm not going to give you 155, but I'll give you 25. And he wrote back, I'm sorry, but I can't accept your offer because we've renovated your apartment. And so we have to ask you for more money or some shit like that. So I wrote back and I told him, you did not renovate my apartment. You just put the tiles back in the floor because the whole concrete was exposed. I hardly call that renovating. I would call that repairs, which you're supposed to be doing anyway. I mean, does this place look renovated? Not really, you know? And that was that. So then his job was to go to the rental board and ask them to decide what my rent is supposed to be. And he's got 1 month to do it. But I guess he was drinking on the job because he didn't make it to the rental board on time. So he put his application in anyway. But I think he knew he screwed up because the day before the hearing, he dropped his application. You know, he dropped his case because he knew if he went to court, they would have been like, you didn't show up here on time to do this, so what are you even doing here? Case dismissed. And then his boss would have been really mad at him because he's got to pay him to go to court, you know? So yeah, they canceled it, but they didn't tell me anything. And then when they sent me my next, rent increase notice, they forgot that they canceled the last request that never was supposed to happen anyway. And they told me they didn't really know what my rent was. They just wanted to increase it by 3%. And I told them I refuse, but I'll give you 25. I figured that was some pretty good haggling. And I guess they accepted it. So the next year, sorry, that's my roommate. So the next year, that rent increase went into effect. But what they did was they applied it going forward and also going backwards. And this is why you don't do mushrooms at work, because you're going to screw up. You know what I mean? So, he charged me retroactively, but he didn't even tell me. How do you expect me to pay something if I don't even know I owe it to you, which I don't anyway? So then nothing happened for about 8 months. He was just racking up the charges and wasn't telling me. And then all of a sudden he comes out and has a secretary tell me, you better talk to Anita. She owes me $275. And if she doesn't pay it by Friday, I'm going to evict her. So I said to Judy, the secretary, what are you talking about? What's this? Oh, yeah. What are you talking about? Why do I owe the landlord money? I paid my rent. What more does he want? You know? So I didn't pay it. And I said, well, tell him to write me a registered letter or I'm not giving him a cent. Because I'm pretty sure I don't owe him any money, unless, no, did I forget something? I don't think so. So then a couple more months went by and Judy just kept telling me, Anita, he's going to apply for eviction. I kept telling her, Judy, that's impossible. Tell him to talk to me. But nobody talked to me. And then all of a sudden, it was early one morning, about 11:30, and I heard on my door. And I thought, Jesus, it's cops. And then I remembered, I don't have any drugs. I'm in that stupid 12-step program. But I went to the door and I was pretty stressed out. And it wasn't the cops, but it was a bailiff. And he served me some papers with a notice that the landlord was applying for eviction. Why do people like that always have to knock that way? You know what I mean? Like, it's not enough of a shock to get the paper. They got to kind of start you. It's like the appetizer before the main course. First, they got to rattle your nerves with knocking on the door like they're going to bust in with a SWAT team. And then they're going to serve you a paper that you're about to be thrown out on your sorry ass. But anyway, so I was pretty rattled by that. And I was just about to go to Europe to be a mail order bride. So I wasn't even going to be here. So I could have asked the courts, can you move the date? But I knew the landlord wasn't going to do it because he was trying to screw me. So I told the secretary, but I'm going to Europe to be a mail order bride. I can't be here in court. And she said, well, that's not my problem. Fucker. So since I was going to Europe, I wasn't going to cancel my trip because I really wanted to go to Croatia and hang out on a yacht in the Blue Lagoon. There's no way I was going to cancel that. I was living the dream, I was about to be living the dream. So what I did was I couldn't not show up. I couldn't be there and I didn't want to not go to Europe. So I had to hire a lawyer for $1,000. So oh, thanks, Sharon. Hey. Oh, my friend, a freaking American in the house. Oh, Pam Moeller's here. Hey, what's up? Candy. Hey, Candy girl. Thanks for dropping in and listening to my shitty sob story or whatever. Dabu Grover, what's up? You like my new hairstyle? My sugar daddy paid for it. Well, also, I accidentally donated my other wig to the thrift store, but let's not make a big deal out of it, or whatever. Anyway, so where was I? So I had to pay this lawyer $1,000. I went to her office and it was like, fuck, man, it's so clean in here. It looks like a hotel. And her clothes were all white. It's like, what are you, an angel? Coming down wearing white robes? Looking all beautiful and shit. Just had your nails did. And I thought, I should have been a lawyer instead of a prostitute. I probably would have made a lot better living. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. So I didn't go to law school. But I was thinking about it at that time. I was like, maybe it's not too late, So anyway, she charged me a lot of money. $1,000. I'm not kidding. That was to retain her, for her to do the paperwork, for her to do whatever she does at the rental board, because you got to do everything on a computer now, online, in French. So I didn't really feel like I was up for it. And I was like, well, whatever. What the hell? I'm paying her anyway. She might as well do that too. And then to go to court for me. That was the big one. That was most of what the expense was. For her to drive from her pretty little palace up in Montreal North with her nice white carpets and come down to the grubby rental board and plead my case. So she reached out to the landlord And she told him a whole bunch of times, hey, you guys are totally wrong on this. She doesn't owe you any money. Anyway, she already paid it. I gave him all the money because just in case, you know. She tried to reach out to them, but they wouldn't answer her. They gave her the cold shoulder like 4 times. So she had to go to court. And you know what they did? The day of the court case, they dropped their case like an hour before the case. So there was no hearing, but I still had to pay the fucking lawyer. Yeah, the fuckers. They did that on purpose. So after that, I went back to the rental board and I decided to sue my landlord to get my money back. And I sued him for all my legal fees, plus all the shit that I paid him that I didn't owe him, which was a lot of different things. Money for back rent that I didn't owe, court fees, bailiff fees, whatever, translator fees, processing fees, all that kind of stuff, you know. So I went to court and I said, I want all my money back. I want to get the money back for the bailiff. I want the money back for his court case and mine. I wanted to pay for my lawyer. I want $200 punitive damages just to make him, you know, just to spank him on the ass, basically. I want $500 for moral damages, and I want a free spa day and a $500 H&M gift card. And well, I won the case, but I didn't get everything I asked for. You know, I did get $467, but I didn't get the spa day. So yeah. Well, that ought to teach him. Next time, maybe I will get the spa day, so he better watch out. So that's what happened. Yeah, I really went there, and I was like a real lawyer in the case. I was like, Your Honor, the documents clearly prove the intent of the defendant was to cause stress and under duress to the complainant and to cause moral and psychological and emotional damages. And he was acting in bad faith. And Exhibit B, this is the cockroach that I found under my fridge, which has been there for 3 years. Your Honor, this goes to show that he's a real shit landlord. Exhibit B, the garage is closed for the next 6 months and I have to wash all my socks in the bathtub, you know? Oh, I had a lot of exhibits. A lot of them were in little jars and bags. I had a couple of bed bugs, and I told the judge, you know how long it took for him to get rid of these? And she kept saying, the guy's lawyer kept going, objection, irrelevant, objection, irrelevant. And the judge kept going, sustained. And I was like, what are you talking about? You know, this all goes to prove that I deserve a day at the spa after all that crap I've been through. Fucking cockroaches almost wiped me out. Triggered my asthma, you know, the little fuckers. Anyway, I had all these exhibits ready. I had like a whole stack of papers. I had a copy of Black's Law Dictionary that was open. I was explaining how a ship goes into its berth and, you know, the difference between common law and maritime law and how the landlord was in breach of common law and that maritime law didn't apply to me because I didn't agree to it. But then anyway, the judge at one point, she said, please, could you stick to the matter at hand of the fees, or we're going to have to postpone this until you can behave more appropriately in the court. I thought that was really inappropriate because I got all my advice from Law and Order and Rob Menard, and those people know what they're talking about. I took that straight to the court. But anyway, I did get to stay and finish pleading my case. Justin, if you start trolling me in here, you're just going to get your sorry ass blocked because you're in my house now. So watch yourself. And I'm going to vape as much as I want. You know what I'm saying? Strawberry guava. But anyway, so yeah, you know, I watched a few law shows and I pled my case and I thought I did a really great job. I should have been a lawyer, you know, instead of a hooker, like I said. But anyway, so yeah, so that's how I won the case against my landlord. So I'm pretty happy. Except I do need a spa day, you know. Um, I think that the judge was pretty sympathetic to me, you know, actually. You know what? I think she was the les, you know. Yeah. And so we kind of had this thing going in the end, you know what I mean? And she just looked at me and she's like, yeah, I got you, sister. And she just like made me win the case. I shouldn't have told you that. Now maybe somebody's in the media is going to find out and it's going to be all over the papers and then they're going to make a whole big deal at the rental board and review it. And maybe I'll have to give them the money back. Should have kept my big mouth shut. But anyway, so yeah, you know, I thought I'd just come here and give you an update about why I was gloating at the rental board. What did I wear to court? I tried to dress really appropriately. I wore my best leopard print dress with this like jacket kind of sweater thing over it. It was vintage. It had rabbit fur and like these embroidered buttons and shit. And I had my studded Steve Madden boots. I looked pretty spiffy, if I do say so myself. I guess they were impressed. I mean, the judge certainly was, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not making stuff up. I really, you want to see it? You don't believe me. I'll show you. I'll show you what I wore. Yeah, here's the proof that I wore it. It's in the laundry basket. Hold on a second. Yeah, I was pretty much dressed up like Rick James. Well, you gotta look spiffy when you go to court. You don't want to make them think you don't have your shit together. So here, I had a V-neck leopard print dress. And I'm not going to go get the boots, but trust me, they had these great studs on them. Yeah, it was pretty great. I was really kicking ass in there. You know, it's funny. Let me tell you, when I came in there, okay, the guy who was representing the landlord, he wasn't dressed right at all. He had like these jeans on with holes in the knees and like a barn jacket, and he looked so grubby. The judge didn't even believe he had the authority to be there. The whole first 10 minutes was her grilling him about, well, what exactly is your position? And I could tell by the look on her face, she wasn't believing him. Because he's like, I'm a director. And she's like, oh yeah, what kind of director? What are you directing exactly? And are you on the board of directors? And she didn't believe him. She put him through the ringer for like 10 minutes. So yeah, you really have to dress up. He should have worn maybe a leopard print shirt and some studded boots. Maybe it would have gone a little better. I'm telling you, man, he came in there looking like, you know, the janitor who takes out the garbage. It's kind of weird, actually. And you should have seen the judge's face. She was like looking at him all crooked, like, come on, you know, because she was thinking like, he's not supposed to be here. Then we're going to waste our time. And this whole case is going to get thrown out. But he convinced her that he was allowed to be there. And that's it. You know, like once I explained what happened, I was like, no, man, you know, like he didn't get to court on time and then he regretted it and he tried to back charge me because he's a fucker and he thinks I don't know my rights and I don't know the law. But this one time, like I took a bunch of Adderalls and I read the whole civil code, you know, so don't mess with me because I know what I'm doing, you know. And I explained that like he wasn't supposed to charge me and he should have answered my registered letters. And he had to just be like, yeah, she's right. And he agreed to pay me back. Well, you know, take it off my rent. So yeah. Yeah. I guess I was lucky I had a good judge. I have the same interior designer as you do. Really? Well, I did this place myself, so I guess thanks. Maybe I should start freelancing as an interior designer. Well, that would be something. Anyway, I just decided to come on here for a little bit, like give you guys an update. Actually, you like my hair? It's not bad, eh? Maybe I should, just keep it like this from now on. I've kind of upgraded. Have I ever hit on Aaron? Oh, you mean Track? My friend Track? Track Marks? No, I haven't hit on Aaron. What a pain. Yeah, it was. It was a pain, Pam, and this goes all the way back to 2019. And I think that they figured, like, after so much time, they're going to have worn me out and I won't bother. But I did bother for once. I'm glad I did. No, don't call me Raven. I already had black hair before. What, you just didn't notice? I should be a little what? I just better be careful not to give this one to the thrift store. I don't know what got into me. I figured, well, it's Halloween, it's a good time to give my wigs to the thrift store so they don't end up in a landfill. Shouldn't have done it. And the other wig was like orange and it looked like a pumpkin and it had pumpkin leaves on the top. So that was definitely going to the thrift store. Oh, hey, Kanga, how are you doing? How's your liver? I hope it's feeling better. You're on a bike, so you can't follow the whole chat. Funny thing about bikes, did you ever notice that you never see kids on bikes anymore? Only crackheads? I wonder what's up with that. So, since you're not a kid, you're kind of giving yourself away if you tell people you ride a bike, if you know what I mean. Well, especially if you do it at 3 in the morning. Yeah, I donated my wig. I wore it for 15 years. And then I donated it by accident. Someone out there is going around with my Anita wig. Oh, hey, Cypress Phil, what's happening? I like your username. That's pretty cool. Cypress Phil. Oh, hey, Shadow. Yeah, I donated it. I'm such an idiot sometimes. That's me trying to clean up, I always fuck it up. That's why I don't do it too often. I mostly just bring stuff into the house, not so much get it out of the house. All right, Chinook, have a good night. Hey, where's Kukum? I'm waiting for Kukum to show up. I'm not supposed to tell. Oh, well, you gave yourself away. Yeah, I wore that. Well, I don't know. I've been wearing that wig since about, I don't know, 2009. So, well, I mean, it's like 13 or 14 years. Long enough. I should probably gotten a new one. Anyway, this one's great. I don't know why I wasn't wearing this one. I'm not really sure. What do you think? Well, I've kind of upgraded my lifestyle, and I'm sorry I haven't been here, guys, but it didn't work out with my sugar daddy in Croatia because he told me I was fat and I didn't look like my profile picture. But anyway, I found another sugar daddy here, and he's really awesome. And his name is Costa. They call him Uncle Costa. He's Greek, in case you didn't figure it out. And he's really great. He really likes to get his drink on, and he likes to have a good laugh, and he's a really great guy. I really like him a lot, and especially when he spends money on me. And I wanted to make some videos with him, but the problem is he's always at the racetrack, putting his money on the dogs or whatever. He's just busy all the time. And I cannot believe that it's been like an entire year and I have not been able to get together with Costa and make a video. It's just so shitty. I mean, so much time has gone by that he's gained like an extra 50 pounds and lost a tooth. We still haven't made a video together. It's fucking weird. But anyway. And Costa coffee, yeah, like in England. Does he do good coffee? I don't know. He mostly does beer, you know what I mean? And some various chemicals on the back of the toilet seat from time to time, but I don't know about coffee. I think he just goes to Starbucks. Oh, Glasgow Dave, you want to be my sugar daddy? That's awesome, because I really like that Scottish accent. It reminds me of Train Spotting, you know what I mean? So yeah, hit me up. I'll come and visit you. That would be awesome. I'm warning you though, I'm not a very good roommate. You might get sick of me. But anyway. Yeah, you know, Costa, man, he's amazing. It's kind of crazy because he's supposed to be my sugar daddy, but I don't want to say I'm falling in love with him. Kind of like in a friendly kind of way. He's been taking me out shopping. I was gonna show you some things that he got me, but I don't know where they are now. They're like all the way down in a pile. He's been taking me out shopping and, you know, going out to eat when he's not, you know, super busy. But for some reason, when I'm out with him, I don't have the camera on, you know. I'm just so busy doing whatever we're doing. But I really wanted to, because at least I want to get him on camera before he has a fucking heart attack or something, because I'm going to lose my opportunity. You know what I mean? Lose my opportunity to have a little souvenir with Costa. So, I mean, really, that's basically my whole update there, you know. I sued my landlord. Hey, Bub. Are you new around here? Bub says, is this a character or no? My name is Anita. I need a hit. Yeah. And I have been on this channel with Sonia since the beginning. So I guess you weren't paying attention. Yeah, nobody recognizes me out in the street. That's the weird thing. You'd think they would, but they don't. Yeah, no, but this is all true, you guys. I really did sue the landlord. And I really did want to make a video with Costa, but it didn't work out. Hi, Tracy. And I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, that was like kind of the big thing for me lately. So now I have $467. Well, I already spent some of it on restaurants and taxis, but I still have some of it left. So what do you think I should spend it on? Usually I don't like to spend my own money. I like to spend Costa's money. But since I have some of my own, it's kind of extra, you know? Hey, Wanda. How's it going? What you guys been up to? Yeah, like I had a really, you know, I had a busy day. I mean, it wasn't actually busy. I spent most of it, you know, lying in bed doing crossword puzzles. But I was trying to get the dishes done, and it took me all day to do that because I kept doing more crosswords. So, you know, in the end, I didn't get on here for 7 o'clock like I said I would, but I'm here now. So, yeah. No, thanks, Pam. Yeah, I know. My mom always said I should have been a lawyer because I argue so much. Maybe she was right. Mr. Fix. Thanks, Shadow. Oh, Kukum, you're here, finally. I've been waiting for you. How's it going? So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't really have any more news other than that I kicked my landlord's ass. And now, let's hope he doesn't try to get a revenge on me. And that's it. I've been hanging out with my sugar daddy, and I look really smoking hot now with my new clothes and my new wig. And I'm thinking about becoming a lawyer. But that's it. Yeah. If you want to... Will I ever go blonde? You know, I did once. I had an extreme makeover once. I had I had to do a little GoFundMe. No, it was called Kickstarter. I called it Kickstart My Kick-Ass Ass because I wanted to go to South America to get a Brazilian butt lift. But I didn't raise enough money. I only raised about $225. So all I could afford was a wig and some false eyelashes, and I couldn't afford a facelift, so I just got some face tape and some lip injections, which was really just me sucking on a bottle that I got at the dollar store. But I looked pretty smoking hot just doing that, so it goes to show you can look good even if you don't have a lot of money. And I had my extreme makeover and I looked really hot, but I found it was a lot of work. You know, a lot of times I get up in the morning and, you know, by the time I've made my coffee, I'm ready to go back to bed, you know, especially if I've had a shower. It's like, I'm done for the rest of the morning. So you think I got time to stand there and put all this makeup on? I don't know how people do it, seriously. I guess my motivation wasn't very high. But yeah, I didn't really feel like standing there in the mirror and like messing around with my face and putting all that tape on and everything, you know. I can kind of understand why people go for the plastic surgery because it's like a one and done. You know, you just go, you fix your face, and you just move on with your life. You don't have to stand there and dick around in the mirror every morning. It's a lot of work. Men have no idea, you know. Um, so I did it, and then I got lazy, or I got tired of it, and then I sold my wig on Kijiji to somebody who lives at the Fatal, and then that was it. Now my wig was gone, and then I went to Croatia with just my regular hair. You guys have any questions for me while I'm here? Because I'll be here for a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to go to bed because I have an appointment with my probation officer in the morning. Will the landlord be working on things? No, because I didn't put that in the application. I just asked for the money. I forgot to ask him to fix things. I have to put that in another one and then wait another 2 or 3 years for that one to go through, probably. Well, honestly, I don't really want the landlord in here. He's kind of a pain in the ass. I want to see as little of him as possible. And if you ask him to fix anything, he's probably not going to do it. I've gotten kind of good at the DIY, though. It's not that I can't do it. It's just that I just don't have the motivation, you know? It's just taking up all my time. I mean, why be replastering the walls when I could be watching, oh, what was that I was watching? Oh, I was watching a lot of reruns of like 1970s movies, true crime, you name it. You know, I could be like sitting there watching true crime instead of replastering my stupid walls. Oh, Kanga had stones. Well, I hope they gave you some good pills at least. I mean, you gotta always look at the silver lining, you know. Oh, you ate today? Okay, that's good. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. What's happening? A freaking American? This little while ago, I was on a support group for Lyme disease on Zoom. They told me to stop drinking so much vodka with lime and I would probably feel better. Yeah, probably. Hey, Candy. Okay, have a good night, Candy. Well, no, Kanga, I mean, really, you know, like this landlord, it's really hard to even communicate with him. It's a weird thing, too, and I mentioned it while I was there, because that guy who was there was not the landlord. I don't know if there really is a landlord. I think the landlord is like this rich Jewish guy who lives in Toronto, and he's just like the head of a corporation. And there's nobody here who like directly owns the building. It's all corporate, not like with the other one before. That guy was bipolar, by the way, and he would never do more than one bed bug treatment at a time, so we always had bugs. But anyway, so I said to the guy in the courtroom, I told him, you know, I tried to get in touch with you guys. I wrote you all these letters, and my lawyer tried to get in touch with you. Nobody could ever reach you, and even now, like, I don't actually know what I owe for rent or if I overpaid or underpaid because nobody's willing to tell me. Here's a weird thing. They used to always have like a kind of ugly middle-aged broad downstairs. You know, first they had one and then they had a different one, but it was always like a kind of homely looking woman and a little bit older, kind of chunky, you know. And at least she knew how to do her job properly. Well, there's something weird going on with this landlord. He keeps hiring these young girls. They're like 19 years old. And he likes girls who've got a lot of tattoos and piercings, apparently, because they all have, you know, they're all like these tiny little girls covered in tattoos and all kinds of rings and stuff in their face. And they all have a bitchy little attitude. I've never seen such rude service. I would complain to the management, except there's no way to get in touch with them. They're so rude. Like when you bring up anything, they act like they're doing you a favor. It's just mind blowing, you know. What did I ask her for once last time? I asked her for something. I don't remember what it was. But it's just the weirdest thing, you know. It's like they forget that actually we're customers, you know. and we're paying rent, and they should treat us well, or I'm going to sue. I'm going to sue that little tattoo girl, and I'm going to make her pay for me to go to the spa to recover from the stress of having to deal with her. So she should watch out. But yeah, it's weird. Like all of a sudden, he's hiring all these bitchy little tattoo girls. So there's something going on. I bet he sleeps with all of them too. But anyway, I said to the guy in the courtroom, I was like, yeah, I can't reach anyone, and all your little bitches are pretty cranky, you know? I told him that. Well, I didn't call them bitches, but I said all those girls that come in the office, they always act like you're asking for too much if you ask them to do their job, you know? So he gave me his phone number. He really did. He gave me his own private phone number. And he, yeah, I gave him my number and he texted me. So let's see if he invites me out to dinner. What happened to my computer? Oh, Kanga got some pills. Okay, I'm coming over. Oh, wait, you don't have any left? Okay, never mind. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's it, you guys. I just wanted to stop in, tell you the good news, tell you that I'm hoping to get Costa, you know, at some point. I mean, he is a real person and he's really great and everything. Best sugar daddy I ever had, but it's just hard to get him on camera, you know. Actually, if you want to see Costa, he is a musician. And he did make a song, and I bet you I could find it. Do you guys want to see Costa? Hold on a second. I'm going to look him up. I bet you do want to see him. Yeah? Okay, good night, Shadow. Okay, I'm going to look up Costa's band. Hold on a second. And I'm going to put the link in the chat. Oh, there he is. That's Costa. That's my man. And you know what? Lara's in this video too. Well, we're not against landlords. We're just against getting dicked around by them. There, go watch that. That's Costa. Make sure you go watch that video. You can see my sugar daddy in action. Ah, you have a few left, Kanga? Okay, great. Well, you got my email, so you know, I just got my passport renewed. So, I mean, maybe it's worth the drive, you know. I heard they got really good pills in the US. It's not like up here. I'm coming. Hold my beer. Yeah, I'll bring the snacks. Are you guys, I'm waiting for you to check out that video. I'll just stay here for a second. Oh, maybe you won't do it now. Maybe I'll do it later. But anyway, go check it out. Oh, Lincoln, I guess you want me to visit you too. Now you're all gonna bribe me with your pills. Should be pretty easy, actually. Yeah. No, you guys. I gotta remember, I'm in the program now, so I can only take my own pills. Only prescription medication used as prescribed. Lucky for me, I got a lot of prescriptions. Or I don't think I could make it. But anyway, I'm still sober. Hey, Joey. Hey, yeah, I was just, you know, giving you guys an update and showing you my new hair that my sugar daddy paid for because I'm all gorgeous now. Yeah, did you see the video? Yeah, that's Costa. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. That was at the beginning when he was laughing. Then he got the COVID and he wasn't laughing anymore. But anyway, funny thing is they got it again just like a couple weeks ago. They were going to play a show and they announced on Facebook, sorry guys, we got COVID. We have to go into isolation and we're not playing our show. I almost left him a comment. I was like, seriously, Costa, that's so 2021. Time to move on. But maybe they were really sick. You never know. You know, maybe they were sick and they really couldn't play. I hope they didn't just cancel their show to stop the spread. Protect your grandmother. Or slow the spread. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Or whatever, you know. I'm hoping it's, oh my God, you guys. Yeah. There's some people that I guess they just like the pandemic so much they never want it to end. They're still doing all that stuff. They got coffee filters on their faces. They're even looking around on the floor for those little dots. They're almost worn off, but if they find them, they'll stand on them. You know, you gotta move on. Yeah, he's a demure little thing. You know, he's a force of nature. Yeah. Well, I should probably go. I don't really want to, but I probably should. Just being a responsible adult, you know. Going to bed on time. My therapist says I have to practice good sleep hygiene, which means I'm not allowed to eat in my bed anymore, I guess. Totally sucks. Yeah, they're looking for dots on the floor. Oh, man. Ah. Memories coming up. Yeah, no, I know. Some people are still arguing about that shit. Still going for their 17th booster. Maybe this one will do the trick, you know. Anyway, it's not my place to criticize someone else's religion, so I tend to just stay out of it, keep my mouth shut, and then judge them silently, and then talk shit about them on the internet. But I try to at least be polite to their face, because everybody has different beliefs. Who am I to judge? Even if their beliefs are totally stupid and don't make any sense. Anyway, everyone has a right to practice their faith in a free society. So, I'm gonna have to go to bed now. It's weird, I was tired all day, and then as soon as I get on here, I'm not tired anymore. Yeah, it's Costa. And I'm pissed off too because they played a show with Dope Throne, and Lara's always inviting me to go to shows with her, and it's always some dumb shit I don't want to see. And then the Dope Throne does a show with Costa, and she didn't even tell me about it. For sure, I would have gone, so I missed it. I'll have to wait for the next one. And I gave her shit too, and I said, don't ever let me miss another Dope Throne show again, especially if Costa's in it. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a good night. It's been fun. And thanks for all your prayers or whatever that made me win at the rental court, because that was pretty awesome. All right, guys. Have a good night. And I'll see you soon. Yeah.